God.
That is my bros.
Hey Josh,
How are my bros?
streaming.
Wow.
We're streaming live
He
now.
disappeared.
Nice.
Live.
Yeah.
Let me
As far-
see.
Yeah, check
See
and
a
make
live
sure we're
button.
live.
We're
Tonight's
live. I need
episode-
to mute that because I'm getting all sorts of crazy.
Tonight, I'd like to give a shout out to my main man, Steve Dalby. Steve, you're one
Hi,
cool
Steve.
Marine.
Did he give you that hat?
Nope, but he was a Marine.
Did he give you that beard?
I wish.
Why do you wish that he gave you that beard?
Because then it would be a sweet Viking blonde beard.
No, it would be that beard.
He cut it off his face and dyed it and put it on you while you slept.
This is really good spirit gum, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Spirit gum?
Heck yeah.
That's what you use to glue stuff to your flesh. For
I
theater.
get it. Took me a second.
Theater!
Mind!
Oh, the theater! All right. Josh, I'm ready. Let's start the thing.
So tonight, we are a man down, but not shy, because we are going to do some flashbacks. We are going to do fun things in the world of the Starfall Collective. Welcome, everybody. Tonight is
Hi.
episode 4, and this is going to be pure flashback. Nothing but flashback, baby. I am joined by the mystery man, the man without a face, the man who hides in the shadows, Mr. Dwight Canal. Dwight, you want to say hi?
Hi, I'm Dwight.
In only slightly less shadow and mystery, the man with the hood, the left barrel, Mr. David Farrell. Dave, say hi to everybody.
Hello.
And the Q, Schrodinger-esque. Is it real? Does it even exist? Matthew Q. Talamini.
You guys,
Say hi.
Really, you're not going to let go of this Q thing, are you? It's
How many years has it been? What makes you think that we would?
Matt, why would we change?
Do I have to murder one of you to get this to go away?
I
I
volunteered.
think that would make it stick even harder.
Yeah.
You remember that time when Q killed a guy?
My name is Matthew Talamini. I am a writer and a web developer. You can find some of my published fiction on MatthewTalamini.com. Links to published fiction of mine on MatthewTalamini.com. That's Matthew, TALAMINI.com.
So tonight, we will be focusing on the past events of our beloved characters. Gentlemen, would anyone love to volunteer to go first?
Wait, are we going to do our favorite parts from last episode?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, Matt.
Because I have a
Absolutely.
favorite part.
What was your
Matt.
favorite part,
What
Matt?
was
Part
your
was
favorite
when
part?
I elbowed Dwight's character as hard as ever I could. Right in the tender bits.
Right
What?
in the jibs.
I don't remember that.
It did like 4
So
hits.
your
less.
it was your solar plexus.
Oh, I thought that was an elbow.
I don't
Yeah,
know. I was
he put an
imagining
elbow
it as
to
an
your
elbow.
solar plexus, and then you.
Ah.
And then
What
you
did
punched
you
me
do?
4
Punched
times
you
in the
full-
face so hard that I almost died. Did I drop out?
If I that I could do that.
Sorry, Twitch. I I seem to have dropped the guys for a minute there. See if they come back.
It's not back yet. I just see. Oh, we're back.
I can
I
hear
don't know how far
Dwight, but I
behind.
can't hear Dave, and I can't hear Josh. Josh, are you there?
I'm
Hi.
here.
Awesome. Sorry, my connection cut for a second. It's probably going to do that periodically. My apologies, Twitch. We're at suboptimal technologically tonight, and that may happen periodically, for which I deeply and humbly apologize. Josh, please continue.
Okay. Is anybody capturing this in a reliable way? Even the audio?
The canonical thing is the thing that goes out on Twitch, whatever it is.
Okay. Sounds good. So tonight we're going to look at Mela's past as he was being trained by Edamame. We're going to jump
Was
back.
I eating edamame while I was
Wow. Nope.
trained by edamame?
PG.
Also,
Nope.
yeah. Josh, your mind went
Oh.
right there. I'm sorry, Twitch.
So, to Shosh,
Like
we're going to
soybeans.
we're gonna go back to. I believe we're gonna go back to a time when you were out in the field, being one of the shepherds of a herd of dinosaurs.
Oh.
Like dinosaurs.
Dinosaur herd.
And Thack,
Thack
we will
the
be jumping
Thunderer.
back to a time when you were about 14 years old and you were living with your mom's side of the family.
Nice.
So, gentlemen, which of you would like to kick off the evening with your flashback?
I can start.
I think that would be good. This one's going to be the most chaotic. So,
Oh boy.
let's just start with this one. All right. So, Tashash, you are running a herd of dinosaurs from point A to point B. Why would you guys be doing that? Just to move the herd, new grazing grounds?
Yeah, it's probably a seasonal thing. Imagine maybe winter's coming, and during the summer we keep them on the slopes of the mountains to the northeast of the swamps, but then it starts to get cold, and so we bring them down into the lowlands.
Okay, so you guys are moving seasonally, trying to head to high ground to the northeast.
I'm sure
So-
there's a reasonable climatological explanation for this.
So, Dave, you are joined by at least two of your good cowboy dinosaur herding buddies. Two of your lizard folk friends. What is Matt? Do you have a lizard folk name that you want to snatch out of thin air, or is Dave going to do that?
We should have done a little pre-work about.
It has
my
to be
lizard
at
folk
least
name.
20 syllables.
It's happening right now. This is pre-work. This is on the fly
fewer than
improv D&D. We're
20
going to improv a
syllables.
character right now. Quick.
Or I'm
What's
going to
his
be
name?
really disappointed in you.
What's his name?
Uh,
Think of clicking, hissing, and hard consonants.
No, it's bad. I can't do it.
Okay.
Kashasha Malasha, Kashasha Malasha.
Okay.
No.
Mash?
Sure.
Yeah. So is your name Mash or Cash?
It's
Kashash.
Kashasha Malasha, Kashasha Malasha.
Okay, so we've
That's
got
just the same
Tashash
word
and
twice.
Kashash.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I think you guys are brothers.
Probably from the same brood.
Yeah. So you guys are broodmates. And Dwight,
My name's Dezingo.
Dezingo. I love it. See, Matt, that's how you make up a name right there. You just got
Kashasha
schooled.
Malasha, Kashasha Malasha.
Okay, did you write all that down?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got
I'm
Tashash,
going to come up with a
Kashash,
translation.
and Dezingo. So you guys are trying to move these dinosaurs. Are you riding dinosaurs to get the job done?
Yep.
What kind?
Why wouldn't we?
What kind of dinosaurs? Do you ride those
I'm riding an
Pachycephalosauruses?
ankylosaurus.
You're riding an ankylosaur. Wow.
What are good for herding? I mean,
Is it ankylosaur or ankylosaurus?
Who even?
I always just call it ankylosaurus because he's as
what's
high
something
as your ankle.
fast?
Ankylosaurus.
it's-
There you
Why
go.
is
Well, that's what it is tonight.
Ankle?
Now,
Is that-
Tashash and Kashash, you guys can either also be riding ankylosaurs, or you can be riding faster, larger, well, not necessarily larger, but you can be riding faster things, or you can be riding something very large.
I want something fast. I think.
Okay, what are you going to ride?
I don't.
An Ankylosaur would be able to run as fast as anything in the pack except for a raptor. And an Ankylosaur is going to be able to move throughout all of the herbivores without spooking them or freaking them out.
That sounds good. We'll go with that.
Okay, so Packies. Okay, that is not a... Nobody get mad at me. Packy is short for Pachycephalosaurus. Nobody get mad at me.
It's short for something else, Josh.
May the Lord shine his face in favor upon the nation of Pakistan.
Amen.
All right, Kashash, what kind of dinosaur are you riding? Are you also riding a Packy, or are you riding a biggin?
Which ones are available to me to ride?
So Pachycephalosaurus is what Dave is riding. Those are herd animals. They will run in small herds together at just below the speed of a raptor. You can be riding on one of the raptors, but if you ride on those, you are going to be at the outskirt of the pack because those are the absolute perimeter guardians, right? Your job is to make sure nothing falls out of the herd. Or you can be riding one of the Diplodocus type, like mega
those
herbivores.
are available. Can I get one with missile launchers on it? No
missile launchers, but there will be
Dino Riders.
About 4 or 5 other lizard folk that are wearing harnesses that are tied to the main spine firmament kind of anchor. There's a mast, right, sticking off his back, and all the lizard folk are tethered to it. You're gonna have about 5 or 6 of them behind you. All right,
or the
Diplodocus. Do you want it to be a
Diplodocus? Because that's
like I call it Ankylosaurus.
All right, if anybody is really into dinosaurs, I'm sorry, we're going to butcher this. You'll be in a lot of pain. So
dinosaurs
just like
are
go
toys
ahead.
that I play with as a child, and I call them Diplodocus.
Diplodocus. You
This is a
say Diplodocus. I say
and her name
Diplodocus.
is Diplodocus.
Was your grandfather Dr. Hammond when you were a child?
I don't know who Dr. Hammond is.
What was his name? Richard
I'll
Hammond?
show you. Welcome,
Oh, the
Dr.
guy
Sadler.
Jurassic.
My dear Dr. Grant. Welcome to Jurassic Park.
That's a reference to a YouTube video. If you Google
Dwight,
hard
I
enough,
love
you
that
can
you
probably
went there.
find it.
A lot of Jurassic Park.
Yes. I've only barely vocally recovered from everything that happened to me over the last few weeks. All right, gentlemen, Kashash, you are in the center of the herd. Well, kind of the center forward. There are a few things that are moving around in front of you, but you are the center. You are basically the core of the vanguard
Tell
of
me
the
that
herd.
I'm up on top of Diplodocus's head.
So you are, in fact, you are the sole rider that is next to the head of this dinosaur.
Okay, nice.
So you are basically perched right there on the crest that comes off the top of the back of his head. Your saddle, literally.
I think it's a she dinosaur.
She is the mother. She's the matriarch of the herd. She's the matriarch of the herd. What is her name?
Diplodocus. I thought I told you.
Oh, that's her name.
Yeah, she's a Diplodocus.
So her name is
Diplodocus.
Diplodocus.
all right. Her name is Docus.
We don't name our mounts.
Diplodocus.
We
Dave,
don't name our mounts.
Dave
No,
says
that-
we name ourselves with 20 syllables, and we took all the syllables from our friends.
Yeah, there's
So
none
Dave,
left.
would it be
There's none left.
reasonable that you guys would have shorthand names for the dinosaurs, though? Right, for the big ones in the herd.
Yeah, like Diplodocus.
Yeah, possibly the ones that
Okay.
stand out.
All right, well,
I mean,
no,
they
you know
probably
what? We're gonna
They
say
probably
that.
they probably just call them like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, so Kashash, we're gonna go
Number
with
'em.
Dave's input here, and we're gonna say that if you're riding a dinosaur, your dinosaur doesn't have a name because it is an extension of you, right? That is the way that lizard folk think about that level of connection. Okay, so
The dinosaurs are a tool.
right, okay,
They're there for us to use.
okay. So
It's like us and monkeys.
Tashash,
Yeah, when
you're
I ride a
riding your
monkey, I
Pachycephalosaurus. Where are you? Are you way out in the absolute front and leading the pack? Are you running around throughout the pack checking on the status of all the dinosaurs?
Who was that?
Dave, Tashash.
Oh, me.
Yeah, sorry. Dave, Tashash,
Oh.
what part of the herd do you want to be in?
I don't know. Probably like I'm probably like circling the edges of it, sort of keeping them going in the direction they're supposed to be going.
All right, so you're circling around sweeping around the back.
Yep.
And Zingo, where are you in the herd with your Ankylosaurus?
I'm zipping around in the middle.
Ankylosaurus. What?
Just zipping around underneath all the other animals.
Oh man. Okay, so you're riding a juvenile
Mm-hmm.
Ankylosaurus.
Like
one that is just as fast, probably faster than the adults, and much more nimble. But still a full size. I mean, he's got a club that can break the femur of a Utah raptor, right? This is a big, dangerous dinosaur. Okay. So, Kashash, you are riding up on top of your Diplodocus, and you are scanning the horizon. And as you are peering out up the kind of gully, broad valley that you're traveling up, off to the left, something catches your eye. Roll me a perception check. Anybody else can also make this, but you guys will all be at disadvantage. And
where can I find my
Matt,
skill
you
sheet?
just roll me a d20, but do it with advantage and give me the higher d20 roll. So you're not going to have to worry about modifiers. You're just going to give me raw numbers.
All right.
With disadvantage, I get a 6.
Okay.
I got a critical fail.
Okay.
18.
Got a 1.
18.
Oh wait,
Very
no, that's
nice.
a 9. I got a 9.
So, Kashash, you see that there is a mixed set of species of herbivores that are all charging in a line perpendicular to your herd.
Let's go eat them.
You know that they are all moving a little too quickly for this to be grazing behavior or just normal movement.
Okay, so I'm guessing that because how long is the neck that I'm perched up on top of?
One
Good 30
Diplodocus's
feet.
height.
Okay,
Maybe 40.
so I'm a little too far probably to be able to communicate effectively by voice. What I can see, so I'm guessing we've got some sort of semaphore.
You can turn over
system.
Yeah, you can turn over your shoulder and shout something, and the guy who's closest to you will be able to make out what you're shouting to him.
But I don't have like a flag or something I can.
You probably do, yeah.
I
What
can
kind
put
of flag do you want to throw? Do you
Well,
want to say everybody slow down?
I just wanna put up whatever signal will let everybody around the edges, who is probably looking towards the center to see what's going on. I just want to put up a flag that means like caution, watch out, no instructions just yet, but something's going on. Await further instructions. Be on your guard.
Okay.
Not like crisis. Everybody to the center. Circle the wagons, but like, hey, watch out. Pay attention.
Do you maintain speed, or do you urge your Diplodocus to speed to kind of charge forward and push out to the front of the herd?
They're perpendicular to us, coming towards us? Or is it such that
they're way out. They're a good
they're ahead
300
of us.
feet. Yeah, you can see the line that they are on is leading them to burst out of the trees that line you to the left, and they're about to charge down the slope of this big ravine across the bottom and up the other side.
Yes, my question is, do I think that they're going to intersect our path? I mean, do I think they're going to
You
intersect us?
You are going to intersect their path in less than a minute.
They're not crossing yet.
Not yet, but the timing of it is such that it looks like they're going to
group
burst
is
out
larger?
and be filling the valley. Which group is larger? So far, you can't tell that. It looks like it might be at least as big as y'all's.
Free herd.
I definitely call a halt right away.
Okay, you call a full halt. Okay.
Yep. And
you guys notice that Kashash has called the herd to a halt. What do?
I halt.
Okay, Zingo, you freeze, basically smack in the middle of the herd.
I stop those around me.
I'll probably ride around the edge toward the front and try to, like...
Tashash, you're now at the front left.
Can I try
to hit him up, move him, move him out?
Like, I'm
Can I try to signal to my outriders?
Okay, so hang on real quick.
To redirect the herd. Like
sure. So you're charging to the front, and you're now positioned in the front left of the herd where you can actually give instructions to the rest of the herd. You've got your flags out.
I mean, it's kind of like a sheepdog.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So you're getting out around in front of them to be something that's in front of them saying, stop in front of me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're now smack in the front middle of nose of the herd. Is that cool? It's a good position?
Sure.
Okay. Kashash, you were trying to say
I'm not going to stop, though. Like, I'm kind of
moving back
and forth along the perimeter.
Okay. Matt, Kashash, what are you doing?
I'm trying. I know that I have. How many outriders like Tashash do I have available?
There are about a dozen riders of various different animals total. You guys, that's not including the 4 or 5 that are on the back of your Diplodocus. Okay. There are, besides you guys, about 9 other riders.
How many of them have the same task as Dave, which is to go around the outskirts?
There are 2 or 3 others.
Okay.
One of them is with a raptor herd. One of them is with another raptor herd. And then there's another group of...
per herd?
So there's one with a group of raptors, one with a group of raptors. And then besides Tashash, there are 3 other Pachycephalosaurus riders.
Okay. I want to try and communicate to the Pachycephalosaurus riders, and I'm willing to roll for this. I'd like to try and communicate with them that I want somebody to go leftwards and forward to try and investigate what's at the source of the stampede that we're seeing cutting across us. Like, what's the source of it? What's driving them?
Tashash, make me a perception check with advantage.
Okay. I got... Wait, what is my perception?
Oh, don't worry. Oh, yeah, you get to play your character, so yeah, you're fine.
19.
Yeah, so you look up and you see a clear instruction. Ahead and to the left, inspect. Right? Search and report.
All right.
Forward party, and then fall back and reconnoiter.
All right. I'll signal acknowledgement, and I will head off.
Okay.
In that direction. I think what I'm gonna do is there's like a valley, right?
Yeah, with a wide flat bowl in the bottom.
And we're going this way.
Yep. You're going up you're going up the valley, and ahead of you guys and to the left, you see bursting out of the tree line. They're going to come down across the valley and up the other side.
So if they're coming down this side, I think I'm actually going to go up this side to see if I can get a better view.
Okay, all right. So you charge up and across the valley and start to ride up the far side. And when you get to the top of it, you actually see 3 figures. You see one that is a large figure that is chasing this herd and driving it forward. You see another one that is just off to the left of the herd and running kind of in parallel, flanking and pressing it. But then off to the left, you see a one charging towards your herd.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like it's going to intercept it somewhere around the back.
Is what?
3 large figures. You got high enough to know that they are large figures. There are 3 of them. You know the exact trajectory. You just don't know exactly what they are.
Okay. I'm gonna signal back to the signal back to Kashash that there, like we got drivers on this stampede over here, and we also have something coming at us from this other direction.
Okay, roll me either a survival check or a diplomacy check. Your choice.
That's me?
No.
Okay.
Tashash is going to do this. And Kashash, you're going to make me a perception check with advantage.
Survival. Well,
Who?
I got a 1.
A 1?
A 1? But
That's your
Josh,
second critical failure.
But DM,
Wow.
Mr. DM, sir, I got a 20.
You got a 20.
Natural
so
20.
You watched him. You see him with absolute perfect
what?
clarity.
As he falls off of his
my-
mount.
Drop
and get
one
run
of
over
the.
by it.
You see him begin to signal something and then drop the flag. And you realize that if you hadn't noticed that the flag had dropped out of his hand, it would have looked like he gave a totally different signal. And so you're like, oh crud, he flubbed it. I can't trust anything. Okay, so what you heard from him is that coming up from behind him on the far side is something charging up behind him. And
But
so
I think
you're
he
like,
made a mistake in his signal.
but you think he made a mistake in his signaling. So
Right away, I send another of the Outriders towards him.
okay, the 2 other Pachycephalosaurus begin charging forward, and they immediately turn around and give you back a signal. There are 2 things charging at us from ahead and to the left. They're going to come across this valley right here. Like they're giving you,
Okay.
they're painting lines showing you where things are going to happen.
Now that I know that they're being driven, that this is not a natural herd, that
Right.
there's some intent behind this, I do signal the danger, circle the wagons, everybody in defensive positions. Like I put up the red flag.
Okay, so Dwight, where do you take Zingo on within the? You're a bad lizard folk. You do this naughty thing that you don't even tell your friends about because it's shameful. But you've named yours, right? And his name is Zingo. So
Wait.
where do you drive Zingo the Ankylosaurus?
I named it my name.
Oh, your name is Zingo. Sorry, sorry, I had Zingo. Never mind. I got my notes mixed up. Sorry. All right, so
Okay.
Zingo, where do you go?
I don't see any of that because I rolled like a 6. So I'm just.
Roll me another one because
But you have
got
to have
obviously.
seen the- He has
What's
to have
that?
seen my ultimate danger circle the wagons flag.
Yeah. You make me a check, just a regular perception check.
Regular old perception check coming up. 16. Wait,
Yeah.
18?
You notice.
I
notice-
so notice it.
You notice Kashash
So
give
hard.
everybody freeze, and you actually caught the tail end of him sending up a scout to the front left. So you noticed that scouts have been sent
Do my
up
best
into
to
the
calm
left.
everything around me.
Okay, all right. So make me a either nature check or diplomacy check. I'm going to let you choose.
I'm going to go with nature.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure my numbers are 0 on all those.
Don't roll a 1.
I thought you said failure is
That's
beautiful.
my job.
It would
Right.
be beautiful if you rolled a 1.
It would be a beautiful
It's
blender.
Not as
of
beautiful,
carnage.
but I did get a 6. Man, I need to
Nice.
get like some nail polish and redo these underlines because they're so tiny.
You need
Yeah.
to turn the
But
lights
that
on.
is
Dwight, come on, man. It's episode 4.
Let's not
Hi.
put pressure
You gotta
on
tr-
Dwight.
Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize.
But he
Please
would see
forgive
his
me
dice
for
better.
that microaggression. Nice. I kind of like that. I like the avatar thing. All right. So, Dwight, you do not manage to accomplish much of anything. You almost crash your ankylosaurus into the leg of a diplodocus, and you kind of veer him out of the way at the last minute. You're pretty good at this. You're used to being in the middle of traffic.
Slipping underneath dinos.
Yeah.
I'm a dino rider.
Kashash, give me one last perception check. Kashash, Matt, sorry.
Kashash,
that probably sounded.
I'm sorry.
I know. I'm going to say your names, your people names, because these
No,
are not names that we normally
I'm
use.
going to pay better
So
attention.
from now
What
on,
do
I'm
you
going to
want
say
from
Matt
me?
Dwight.
I'm sorry.
Roll me a d20, and this is going to be for perception. I'll add the bonuses to it. Don't worry about it.
3.
Nice. Okay. So just then, everybody, you see a bunch of Parasaurolophus, which are this aquatic dinosaur that's got a big plume coming off his back and a duck bill. You see a herd of Saltopus, small running creatures. You also see a bunch of iguana, whatever thingies, Dwight, that you really love with the huge thumbs.
Iguanodons.
Iguanodons, thank you. And you see them all. These are not dinosaurs that normally herd together. You see them flood out and come down the lip of the valley. And right when they get to the bottom middle, you see two late juvenile apex predator bipedal, mouth the size of a German vehicle, Tyrannosaurus Rex looking things. And everybody on the western flank of the herd erupts in panic as another juvenile that's even bigger than the two in front of you comes crashing into the side. Dwight, you, Zingo,
Si, senor.
are right there nearby with him. Do you charge into his path and try to directly take on his assault, or do you try to come at him from the side and push him towards another animal? Or are you going to try
around from behind, and I'm using that little club to whack his ankles.
Okay, so you're going to directly attack his ankles.
Whoa.
Make me a riding check. So we're going to call this. That's animal handling. Is it animal handling a skill right now, or is that just under
animal
nature?
handling is a
That's
skill.
the thing.
Okay, so make me an animal handling check.
Oh boy.
You're going to get. Go ahead. So roll a d20. Okay.
Roll 17.
17. So you successfully bring this animal up alongside the T-Rex, and because you line him up so perfectly, it's a sure thing. It's a shoe-in. He just makes the layup, and he comes alongside him, and he whack. You hear this sickening crunch as you hear him make full contact with the ankle bone of this thing, and you see it lurch to the side, and it is now, its speed is halved, at least for the next
sweet
round.
Ankle music.
So you have prevented him
round.
from charging all the way in. Well, we'll see. All right, here you go. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to roll you a d4. We're going to see how...
Guys, if you can hear me, I lost you. And the Twitch stream has lost you because I've lost you again. Very sorry, Twitch. They'll be back in a minute.
Got it.
All right.
Sorry, we lost the last bit of that. Dwight,
Okay.
Josh, you were about to roll a d4. What was it?
So for the next 3 rounds, Dwight's Ankylosaurus has halved the speed of this T-Rex.
Nice. Are we in initiative?
Yep. We are. Django has just gone. He
Should
just
I roll
reacted.
initiative?
No, you're next.
All right.
Kashash.
So do I see that members of my herd, over which I am sort of in charge, or sort of like I'm sort of some kind of pilot or captain, do I see that they have begun fighting with Tyrannosaurus Rexes?
Make me a... Yes, you do. You see that. You don't need to make a perception check. You see that happening at the edge of the herd. So you are faced away from that. You would need to get your dinosaur turned all the way around.
They're behind us? I thought this was all coming from in front and the left.
There were two up ahead and to the left, and they have burst out in front of you and then slamming into your back left flank, unseen by you because you missed perception checks and the scouts
but Dave saw
flubbed the communication.
I saw it.
Okay.
Yeah. But the flag was dropped.
Okay.
Fortunately, Django intercepted that and headed off at the pass the worst of it. Go ahead.
Here's my strategy. My strategy is going to be to put my large dinosaur in between the two T-Rexes and the more vulnerable members of the herd.
Okay, so you're going to charge straight forward.
I'm gonna charge straight forward with the intent that my dinosaur will defend as much as possible. And I suppose we've been training these things, so this is what I would have want my dinosaur trained to do. The dinosaur is going to defend. The dinosaur is going to try and get me onto one of the T-Rexes, like to put his head.
Yeah,
to put her body in between the T-Rexes and the rest of the herd, and put her head at one of the T-Rexes so that I can attack, and so that everybody else on my back can run up her neck and attack the T-Rex.
That will be a thing of necessity, as we will cover in just a moment. So,
that's my play.
So make me, the first step of this plan that you can implement this round is... Charge your dinosaur forward. Make me an animal handling check.
Here's an animal
and make
handling
this one
check.
with advantage, because this is a thing that you do a lot. Like, this is a standard maneuver, so you've got advantage to do it.
Yeah, Bessie. That's going to be literally 2 5s.
2 5s.
A 5
Fortunately,
and a 5.
Fortunately, you have done this so many times that even though you do the worst, most vague, most, just dialed in, phoned in gesture, she hears it and she takes off and she surges forward.
She knows.
She's smart. She knows the drill.
Yeah.
She's the matriarch. She instinctively already, like, you would have had to have made a good check to keep her from doing that. But that's already what she was going to do anyway. So sure, we'll let you think that you told her to do that. That's great. So she charges forward, and she is now.
While we're charging, if I can, I'd like to ready whatever weapons I have, if I have any.
Okay.
Got teeth.
Okay, Kashash, you see Tashash.
Me?
Yes, Tashash.
Wait.
Sorry, Dave. Tashash. You see Matt, Kashash, charging forward the matriarch, mega super heavy of the herd, and you know what he's doing, what she's doing. What she's about to do is she's about to go attack them, right? And she's going to expect some support. So are you going to ride immediately beside her, or are you going to go even faster than her?
Well, we still have that one coming from the... Is the one coming from the rear still a problem?
It is still a problem.
Is that the one that Dwight headed off?
That is the one that Dwight just whacked in the leg and cut its speed way, way down.
Okay. And he's the only one covering that. I'm actually gonna
fall back
toward that one.
Okay, so Tashash, you are in range. You can see you're on a Pachycephalosaurus, and you see a hobbled predator, apex predator. This is your sweet spot, man. You can just jack him right in the ribs with your Pachy, and just really jack him up. So if you make a good enough ride check.
Oh, okay. Well, can I
do you want to charge him?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd like to throw. I think what I'd like. I mean, I don't know how much I can manage, but I'd like to cast Hunter's Mark on it and throw a
Okay.
javelin at it.
You'll get a chance to do that.
But-
So what's the range on your javelin and what's the range on your hunter's mark? You're going to have 2 moments that you're going to hit before you get to him.
Hunter's Mark is 90 feet.
Is how many?
Is 90 feet.
90. Okay.
And javelin is
60, right?
it says 30 and 120 in parentheses.
Okay, let's say 30. So you're gonna you're gonna have 2 beats here. At the first beat, you're gonna cast Hunter's Mark, and while you do that, I need you to make me an animal handling check to dodge your Pachycephalosaurus around some Triceratops without losing your speed or losing your stride, so that you can make it to him in time.
Okay. So here we go.
We heard so many different animals.
That's not too bad. I got a 17.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You more than make it. You basically jump the smallest juvenile of that little pod, and you don't even miss a beat. In fact, you actually speed up just a little bit because he lunges forward. And then at 30, you're going to throw a javelin. So roll me an attack roll.
That is. Let's see. Javelin is.
So roll me a d20, add your dex,
right.
and add your proficiency bonus. So probably plus 6 or 7. So roll me a d20.
Proficiency bonus and dex. Okay, so that is an 18.
Nice, absolutely. Do you want to grab one of the special javelins?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sure, why not?
This
Sounds good to
javelin
me.
is very special because after he throws it, several barbs flick open like a mouth, but they're all feather width, and so they just sail through the air. But what is lace?
Does the Tyrannosaurus have feathers?
He has some plumage running along the back of his spine, and a little bit more in a tuft on the tip of his tail.
There you go. There you have it, folks.
So, you, Dave, what did you put on the barbs of this javelin? Something to blind him or something to stagger him?
Something to blind him.
Okay. So you have...
Make it yourself using hands.
Yeah, he knows how to stick his tongue out, his forked tongue, and sense the smell of the flowers that have the toxin that can blind. He knows how to gather it, he knows how to refine it, and he knows how to apply it to a weapon that... And you see this thing stab into the side of his face, actually goes like right there, over one eye and into the middle, and you see this cloud, this showering droplet cloud of green Icarus stuff, and splash into his eyes, and you see him begin whipping his head back and forth, and he is going to make a Constitution saving throw. Oh, and roll a 1.
Constitution losing throw.
Oh, just a hard 1. I promise, guys. He is blind. He is fully blinded. He probably will never recover from this. So
should I roll for damage?
Slam into him. Make me that animal handling check to see.
Should I roll damage on the javelin throw?
Special javelin.
Yes. Oh yeah, that's fine. Roll damage on the javelin throw.
Okay. I've got the Hunter's Mark bonus for that.
Sure.
2d6 is a 9.
Okay. So you hurl that javelin at him, and you kind of just surf, right? At the last minute, you've got 2 options. You're either going to be able to leap off the back of this Pachycephalosaurus directly onto the face/neck/back of this thing and attack him, or you can hop off, tuck, and roll and be on the ground around the fight. Are you going to try to get yourself flung straight at him, or on the ground, tuck and roll.
I go straight at him.
Straight at him. Okay. In that case,
What could go wrong? I've done this before, right? Sure.
yep. In that case, roll me
100 times.
3d10, Mr. Dave, if you can.
D10. Okay, here's D10. All right. There's 2. Oh, yikes. And 1 more.
Dwight, you're
That's
about to be
7.
Or sorry, no. 7. Okay. All right. So you guys see these 2 T-Rex begin to charge at Kashash, Matt, Diplodocus, the matriarch. These 2 guys come charging in at you, and Matt, you are going to have an opportunity. Kashash, Matt, whatever. Yeah, that's right. You're a lizard folk. I forgot. You're going to have an opportunity. You're going to have an opportunity
Is that your real
to
name?
either sweep, make basically a shot across the bow and take a sweep at both of them to try to basically go, hey, hold it right there. You're inside my threat range, and I can whip you with my head if I want. Or you can just hold back and fully try to devastate one of them.
I don't think that I want my dinosaur to attack either of them.
Okay.
I want my dinosaur to put itself in a defensive posture.
Okay, so you're going to wheel her around to the right, and she's going to have her tail, and her tail is going to form the danger zone, and she's going to whip at him.
What I'm trying to do is I was trying to explain.
You're trying
this
to get
earlier,
her
but
body interposed.
I want my dinosaur
her
to
neck
take an
over.
action like defend, to
Right.
like get there and be like in a defensive posture, and
Yep.
be in the way to keep the T-Rexes from getting to the other dinosaurs. And at the
Yep.
same time, I want my dinosaur to transport me via
Yes.
her head to the
Yep.
T-Rex.
So that's a 2-part plan.
Yeah.
First part is you're going to get her to do the thing that, again, she's already instinctively going to do.
Yeah.
So just don't roll a 1. Roll me a animal handling check with advantage. Just don't roll double 1s. Whatever you do.
Yeah, that's going to be a 2 and a 4.
Hey, that's okay.
That's
You know
even
what?
worse than last time.
Yeah. You ineffectively guide your animal, and you give her the wrong signal, and she just does the thing that you wanted her to do anyway. And so you're okay. But now you want to tell her, don't just use your tail to whip, do a head whip so that I can land on one of them. And so she does that. First she does a tail whip, and then she does, if you successfully make this animal handling check, this time you're going to want to give me a good roll.
I don't understand. I was not trying to instruct her to whip anybody with her tail. But if
I know
she does
that's just part
fine.
of what happens. That's
Okay.
just part of what happens with taking that sideways planted defensive stance. Instinctively, she's got more control and more range with her tail.
Okay. So I'm doing another animal handling check to
get her to
give
land
her the head
you.
instruction.
Yes, to get her to land you on a T-Rex via her head.
I want to board this other dinosaur.
Okay.
So I'm going to try and give that instruction, and that's going to be a 14.
Okay, that's good enough. She hears you, and she is going to make the equivalent of an acrobatics check. And she is going to get it's a cocked die. She is going to get good enough that it is neither going to hinder you nor help you when you make your acrobatics check to land on a T-Rex. So
right.
make me that acrobatics check right now and tell me, what does it look like?
I want to take a bonus action.
Yeah?
My bonus action for this turn to look back to the other riders of my Diplodocus.
Yeah.
And gesture to them and yell to them, "Come on!
Okay.
We're gonna eat T-Rex tonight!"
Nice. Okay.
And do I have like a scimitar or a sword or any kind of weapon?
You've got
Spear.
either a spear or a sword or a Dave. What kind of weapons do the lizard folk have?
A lot of spears, bows, javelins. I have javelins. I have short swords, but probably spears.
Short
Okay.
swords, daggers, javelins,
Let me look up
spears.
a spear
Clubs.
here.
A lot clubs are common.
Okay, 1d6
Spear here.
piercing.
You know what? I'm going to say that you've got
It's
these
versatile.
commas.
I can use it with 2 hands.
Do you want to have commas / size that are basically made to be like ice climbing picks, but for landing on other dinosaurs that you're going to attack?
What's the? I guess that's piercing. What damage die am I rolling for those?
I'm going to let you dual wield them at d8s.
Okay, but I just used my bonus action, so I won't even be able to. That's fine. I can use my bonus action to hit a second time later. So here's the acrobatics
What?
check.
So, sorry, real quick. What was the bonus action that you said? It was
Dual wielding is taking your regular action to attack, and then your bonus action is also an attack with your other hand.
I was thinking, okay, what was your bonus action that you wanted to do? Sorry.
Oh, my bonus action this turn was yelling to my people and instructing them to come
Attack.
follow me in
Okay,
the attack.
gotcha. So right now you're making the dexterity-based
Right, acrobatics.
check of acrobatics to land on the thing. All right.
Okay, here we go. Woo! 19!
Sweet. You come flying through the air, and with advantage, you charge this T-Rex, stabbing at him with your weapon. What kind of weapon do you have?
What's the damage die on the...
A D8?
A D8 on the...
If you want those, you can have those.
side?
If you want, yeah, if you want, you can have those. They're going to give you advantage to hold on.
Okay, yeah, if they're going to be better for holding on to this thing,
Yes.
then definitely. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm going to... I do not do the, like, stupid pirate move of trying to run on something with just my feet. I'm definitely,
Sure.
like, climbing at a run
Okay.
with both hands and feet, up the back of up the neck of my mount,
Oh. So okay, yeah.
and
right.
along the crest of the neck, and no, I'm already on the head. Never mind.
Yeah, you're
sorry.
already on the head. I'm gonna say you've already jumped off the head and you've landed in
Okay.
the neck / back of this T-Rex.
Okay, yeah.
Right behind him,
So
where
I'm on
he would
the-
have a hard time turning his head around to bite you right now.
Good,
Look out for
good.
those tiny little arms, though.
Well, okay, but I've done so many things this turn. I probably can't also attack unless that landing on.
Well,
the
you
punch
already
is some
have.
kind of
You already
attack.
have. You attacked the second you landed. We're gonna cut away from you as soon as you do this damage.
Okay, what should I roll for damage? D8.
Yeah, roll me 2d8.
2d8, one for each hand. Wow.
Yeah.
That's going to be 13. Do I get any modifiers on that?
Yeah, you do. So okay, I got it.
Okay.
Nice. That is a pretty serious initial stab. Okay. The second one tries to get inside the threat range of the Diplodocus, and he fails. He cannot get inside, and you see her crack her tail across his face. And you see him also take a pretty severe slap from that tail, and you hear a loud crack. Zingo,
Zingo!
Zingo.
you've got a enormous
You guys want
T-Rex in front of you that you have just cracked in the ankle. What do you want to do next?
And he's blind.
And he is blind. Do you want to come at him again? With the Ankylosaurus? Do you want to attack him? What do you want to do?
Yeah, I think I would jump up on his leg and start chowing down like a crazy lizard. I'm just eating this thing.
I'm gonna say you are just big enough. You're a big bull lizard folk. I'm gonna say your jaws are just big and powerful enough that if you do me a really walloping good amount of damage, you could possibly bite him in a tendon or something like that would actually seriously impair him. So make me a attack roll, or make me an athletics or an acrobatics to either leap off of the ankylosaurus directly onto him, or dodge and weave. All right, you're probably gonna be athletics. Roll me a d20.
Okay. 14.
Okay, you make it. So you just go flying, leaping off the side of the ankylosaurus. Make me an attack roll to just bite down on the tendon of the back of his leg, right there, where the tendon that holds all the tension in the back of his heel, right?
Yeah. What is an attack roll?
So you're going to roll a d20. I know your modifier is going to be a +7 to do this because you are very strong.
Here it comes.
What?
2.
So you rolled a 2 plus 7 is 9. So you land on him and you kind of bite down, but you just you don't actually.
The scales are too hard.
Yeah, you don't break through the scales. But your eye. Make me a perception check.
What?
Make me a perception check.
Here comes the perceivings. 17.
Okay, you spot the exact location where you need to come over here, and you see the place where the scales get just narrow enough, but it's still right there at the base of the tendon where you can get it. You know the spot to bite next, but you need to hold on. So roll me this is going to be athletics because you're trying to keep him from bucking you off. Basically, you're about to do a bull riding event on the leg of an angry, blind T-Rex. Mm-hmm. So roll me a d20.
Bite at his... No, I didn't. I haven't rolled yet. I was just talking. 19.
Yeah, plus stuff. You hold on. You sink your claws into the inside of his leg, and you use your tail, and you balance yourself, and so your tail's whipping around, and it's actually doing an incredible job of managing your center of gravity. So make me another attack roll to bite down on this guy in the perfect place. You've got advantage to this attack.
Okay. 10.
10 plus stuff. You bite. Roll me 2d6 chomping jaw damage. And you're going to add +4 to this.
Damage. 5 and 6.
Yes. You feel this satisfying as your teeth slide into the tendon tissue, and you feel your razor sharp serrated teeth slice down in, and you give me a strength check to try to just hamstring this guy.
7.
Okay, I think that actually does it. You are really strong, and so you feel this ripping, tearing sensation, and you feel like you are beginning to shred this thing. In the next, we're going to cut back to Kashash. Kashash,
It's my turn again?
It is your turn again. You are currently...
What am I doing?
You're right after Kashash.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. But he hasn't had a turn since I went last.
Yeah.
Really? Did we skip you?
Yeah, it was me, Dave, Matt.
No, I'm so sorry, dude. Okay, so Tashash, you are on the face of this T-Rex, and you see a giant feather fan arrowhead thing that's jabbed into his face, and Dave is up there on him. What kind of weapons are you using to attack him?
I've got my 2 short swords.
Okay.
So he's still marked too, so I think I'm just gonna go at him.
Okay.
With both, dual wielding.
That's fair. Okay, make that attack.
So here's the first one. That's okay. Hit is okay +4. So the first attack. That's not great. That's an 8.
Okay.
And then
you've only got to hit a 13, right? So with your proficiency bonus and your ability, I think you hit that. Yeah, you're good.
Wait,
an 8. If you rolled an 8 on the die.
No, I rolled a 4.
Oh, you rolled a 4 plus stuff.
And
Sorry. Okay. Right,
Oh,
I
my
thought you meant the
hit
die
is-
roll.
Oh, I see.
Okay. 8
And
does
then-
not hit. Sorry, keep going.
Okay. And
I
then
keep
the
forgetting
second,
you actually have your character sheet.
second roll is a 6. Good grief.
Oh
So-
man.
That's
So
not gonna be
clang
enough
clang. Yeah. So so Dave, make
Yeah.
me a either athletics check to just hold on for dear life, or a acrobatics check to kind of gracefully go with the whipping motion of the dinosaur and dance around on his back.
Athletics says plus. Wait. Okay.
Are you proficient in it?
Yes.
Okay. There you go. So you,
Athletics.
strength +3.
Wait, plus 3?
That's your proficiency bonus right now, right? Or is it +2?
It's plus 2.
Okay, so your strength
So
+2.
it's just plus 2. My
Yep.
strength is 11. Okay. So. 11.
You feel yourself beginning to slip, and
No!
you are about to be thrown off. Make me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Whoops, that landed in the wrong. There we go. Irregular 20.
Irregular 20. Nice. All right. So you manage to hold on for dear life and not get your torso slung right around into its mouth. So next,
I catch the. I get jolted off. I managed to grab the. The javelin. And
yeah.
And as it's like swinging around and I flip out of the way and flip back onto its back.
All right. Well, you make me a acrobatics check to successfully make the full gymnastic loop all the way around.
All right, why not? That is, I got a 14.
Nice. That's good enough. So you whip around and land. Make me one more attack roll on this guy if you want.
Sure. Okay. How about in true lizard fashion, I'm gonna take a bite out of him as well.
Nice.
My
Bite him in the
hands,
back
my
of the
hands
head.
have been very busy the last few seconds.
We're dining on T-Rex today.
Yep, I'm gonna use what God gave me and take a chunk. So let's see. This plus 2.
Actually, you know what? You rolled a 20 on that. I'm going to say that you are about to bite this thing in the neck because you actually positioned yourself.
T-Rex jugular.
All right. So you're going to
right,
do
so-
some serious damage. So add a D10 onto the damage that you're about to do here.
Wait, so I gotta roll to hit, right? Or do I? Or wait.
With the
Yes.
yeah, roll to hit. You're
I haven't
perfectly in
rolled that.
position, and you're about to do a really critical hit because of the way
Okay.
that you position yourself. But you do need to successfully land the bite.
Okay. I got an 11.
Total?
Yeah, I got a 7, and then I've got plus 2 to hit. Plus
Okay.
2 for
No.
proficiency.
Not on the
AC.
T-Rex.
Yeah, AC is 13. There's a little bit of natural armor.
He
They don't have an
jinxed out of the
incredible
way,
amount
and
of
I-
armor. What's
He
that?
jinxed out of the way, and I catch air.
Yeah. All right.
Kashash. Sorry again, Twitch. Josh, are you there?
That they're frustrated.
Better be.
Because they have been. One of them is hurting real bad from this Tashash guy. It is. Wait a minute! Whoa!
Kashash?
Tashash, you went back. These are the two that are just gotcha slapped
Yeah.
up. Okay.
Kashash.
Yeah. So Kashash, you see these two dinosaurs.
Maybe it could
are
be Mushosh
upset.
and Dushosh, David and Matt.
Okay, all right.
You
We're
guys
not changing
want
names. This is not. We're not going to do another Chet thing. Okay.
Y'all want
Chab.
some linguistic nonsense?
Your chap
Yes.
helped me.
Always, Dave.
Always? Okay, so there's a Kashash's name means
Kashasha
he sees the
Malasha,
blood
Kashasha
and he
Malasha.
sees the clan.
Shh.
And there's a very slight difference in it's basically the same thing, except Malasha means blood and Malashe with an E at the end means clan. They're the two words are related. So basically he's a breeder. And Dwight's name means Stonejaw.
Stonejaw.
Jingo.
So
Kashasha
now you know.
Malasha,
Bingo.
Kashasha Malasha.
Yeah, what does that mean?
What's what mean?
The stuff Matt's grunting.
He
That's
sees
his
the
name.
blood and he sees the clan. Kashash Amalasha.
Oh.
Kashash
Oh,
Amalasha.
yeah. Okay, I got it. It took me a second. Sorry.
What are these
So
T
those are your
Rexes doing,
names.
Josh? Do they get a turn
These
too?
T Rexes. One of them tries to make it inside of your Diplodocus's threat control range and fails, and you see him. I mean, whenever they try to attack, if they fail that initial roll, they just get slapped upside the head for 20 hit points, just right away. The second one, however, makes it through and charges forward. And you see him, you kind of feel this thrill of frustration and terror as the one that you are riding, Kashash, breaks through the line, and you see it get up to the flank of your Diplodocus, and he goes to bite at her leg, and you see her just kind of boom, shoulder check him and kind of smash him out of the way. He doesn't take any damage from it, but that was close. Jingo, what are you doing? Zingo.
I'm sorry.
I'm
it seems like Dwight. This is Dwight's second turn since I had a turn.
No, I mean, I think Matt
I'm going in
has
order
a turn
here.
to go.
I'm going down the line here. It's T-Rex 1 and 2, Zingo, Kashash, Tashash.
Okay.
No. See, so what happened is you got those flipped around. You were gonna have Matt move, and we were like, wait, it's Dave's turn, and now it's Matt's turn.
Okay, then I appoint Dwight to be the turn order DM, and I'll do the scenes. So Dwight, you're saying that who's next?
Matt.
Kashash. All right. So Matt, you are on the dinosaur that just tried to attack your mount.
Right.
What do you do to him?
Well, I've got a weapon in each hand.
Mm-hmm. You've also got some rope.
Yeah, I think I probably will have some rope. I think that my effort, aside from attacking this round, any like bonus action that I take is going to be to try and get the other riders to attack this same T-Rex that I'm on, because they're close by now.
I was already thinking. Let me give you the thing to do here. One of the things that you can do with your flags is
I left the
command.
flags behind though.
You've still got a couple small ones at your belt. These are not the ones that are on like a 2 meter with a 6 square foot flag. These are like the small ones that are like a field flag that like a referee would have, right? So if you want, you can make me a check to use those flags to get the two other Pachycephalosaurus riders to attack this T-Rex.
I don't care about them. They're in the battle on their own. What I want is the 5 guys who were riding on the back of my Diplodocus.
Oh, those guys. I'm sorry. I thought you meant other drivers.
I used my bonus action last time to yell to those guys or
Okay.
ladies to try and attack one of these T-Rexes the way I was doing. So they're supposed to try and run or crawl up the neck and board the T-Rexes like they were pirates and start attacking as well.
Okay. You see 4 of them go sprinting down the back, down the gangplank that runs over the back of this dinosaur, and they jump off on the tail, and you see all 4 of them jump onto the other T-Rex and begin just
Awesome.
and you see them like throwing ropes around its neck. They're like slinging the rope around the side, and the other one's catching it, and they're throwing it. So they're basically playing a glorified game of tetherball.
Okay.
And they're slinging a rope around its neck and stabbing it.
Cool, and they can work together at that. I have confidence in them. Dwight, can we make sure that they get a spot in the turn order?
They're going to go right after you from now on.
Awesome. And so I see that they're doing that, and I don't have to worry about them anymore. So I've got an action and a bonus action. I think that if you'll allow it, DM, I would like to make some kind of acrobatics-based check. I want to get further up on the head and try to get to the eyes or the sensitive nose or mouth or whatever kind of ear membranes dinosaurs have. Like, I guess they've got an ear-sensitive spot. I want to stab the tympanums or the eyes or like whatever. I want to try and get up there.
Stab him in the eyes, because that's how it happened to me.
All right. So roll me a d20 and add 6 to this check to climb up.
The eyes. I'm going for the eyes, boys.
We're eating eyes tonight.
It's only an 11.
That is not a failure. You managed to basically kind of reposition yourself. So you're going to be at advantage to spring/scamper up its neck. Do you want to try to do something here and now while you're on its back? Do you want to just try to stab it or something and risk it trying to fling you off? Or do you want to, with advantage, just try to get up there to the top and try to get this done? You've got a guaranteed attack here, but you'll have to deal with it trying to fling you off. Or you can just immediately go for the top.
I would like to go for the positional advantage.
Okay.
And try and
with
get
advantage
myself into a firm, good position to be able to stay on its head, and maybe next turn get a shot at the eyes if I can.
Yeah, you're good. Launch up. Go.
What am I'm rolling with advantage?
Yeah, rolling with advantage. Roll me 2d20.
Here we go. That's going to be a 9.
9. Okay. We leave Kashash
struggling
furiously. He keeps trying to like pull out and like get a higher position, and he keeps going to jump, and your claws just skitter off the back of this T-Rex. You're used to creatures that have either more kind of knobbly hide that you can whatever. This thing's actually got feathers that your claws are just kind of raking through and across and down. You're just skittering over like claws off a T-Rex's back.
So now it's the T-Rex that me and Dave have been attacking's turn.
Okay, and not Tashash. Okay, T-Rexes. This T-Rex.
Not T-Rexes. Just one. There's just one.
Oh, the one T-Rex. You're right.
The T-Rex that's
He's half
blind and
speed.
hobbled.
Yeah.
Sorry, I only wrote down one T-Rex on my monster order. I think I know why I've been completely ruining everything. This has been Improvisational Dungeons & Dragons with someone that's too ADD for his own good. All right.
Just keep going, yes and.
Yes and.
Yes,
The
and
T-Rex
one dinosaur turns into 3 dinosaurs.
bellows with rage. He is furious. He begins whipping his tail around in circles. You see the Ankylosaur try to move out of the way, and it does. It barely backs out of the range because this thing's tail is not insignificant, right? That's a lot of meat to be slinging around. But as he is stumbling around, you see him cry out and try to instinctively run back the way that he came. But he is blind, but has an incredible sense of smell and still knows roughly where he is based on scent location. And so you see him begin trying to charge off at half speed. He's hobbling away from the herd, right? After the blind
all he
T-Rex. What's that?
That's my turn.
Okay. Go for it, Zingo.
So I would like to continue eating on the spot that I've been eating on.
Okay, so before he gets a chance to fling you off, you bite down on him, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Or you're already bitten down. You've already got his tendon in your mouth. You're
Yeah.
trying to rip clear what's in your mouth. Make me a strength check with advantage because you have been working on him. Your claws are hunkered into his flesh. Your body is braced against him, and with all your core strength, you push away and peel back on your big, enormous neck muscles.
I rolled a 14.
That's enough. You feel the chunk of his tendon come tearing clean, and you see him take one more step, and you see it just snaps, and this enormous wad of tendon that's like almost a foot, about 10-inch diameter underneath your chest. You feel it go shooting down, descending beneath you. And you see this thing begin to keel and turn to fall. Make me a reflex saving throw to not get fall underneath
There's
this,
no
not
such thing
get
as
crushed
reflex.
underneath this thing. What?
There's no such thing as reflex.
Dexterity saving throw. See, I was trying to be good and not say the wrong one, but
18.
18
I know how
is
that
enough.
is.
You
Right,
jump.
left, right.
You jump deftly and you land superhero landing with this enormous chunk off to one side. There's an enormous
I bolt
chunk
it down.
of tendon. You and you
Yep.
swallow it. Oh man, wow. That is freaking awesome. It is so big that you see it going down your gullet. You see the outline of it, and then you see it you see him kind of flex his shoulders inwards, and you see that thing
Dislocate,
fall down
right.
into his rib cage, and it is now in his gullet. Dave, we're gonna have to do some world building about what the gullet of a lizard folk looks like, since it's so legendary. So that's Zingo. You have the opportunity to. I'm going to leave you right there. That's where we're
Okay.
going to leave you. We're going to come back to you. All right, who's next?
Dave.
Kashash. We're back up to the top.
Tashash.
Wait, so Dave Tashash.
Mhm.
Okay.
Tashash Bagosh.
So this thing is down. I mean, I'm gonna try to finish it off.
I actually had him going just before the T-Rex, but okay. All right, go for it.
So yeah, just stab.
Stab, stab. Roll me an attack.
Okay, first stab.
Are you not going to try to get up on top of his head? Oh, that was Matt.
I'm
Matt
on
was
his
doing
back.
that.
I'm on his back.
You're on his
I'm
back.
not,
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Boy, howdy.
So-
This would make for a great animated episode. It's a very visual.
Right. So plus.
Starfall Collective Artists,
Oh,
assemble!
I got a 17.
Theater
Of the mind!
First attack was a 17.
Nice. All right. And go ahead and roll me the second attack. Just to see if it hits.
That one is a 10.
All right. But you do have an attack on him, and he is beat up bad.
Damage.
Real bad. D10.
Wait, so normally, the base damage is D6. I have an extra D6 for.
Oh, are you doing a bite?
Hunter's Mark.
Are you
No,
doing a
this
bite?
is-
With his
Oh
sword.
wait, no. Sword. Oh, sorry,
Fight
no.
is a D6.
Base damage is D6 plus 2. I have an extra D6 for Hunter's Mark, and then you want me
'cause
to
you're
add
using a
another
javelin.
D10.
I thought you were using like a long sword or something.
No, I'm using a short sword.
Oh, I thought short swords. Oh, sorry. I thought short swords were D8, but they're long swords are.
Short
Okay,
sword
go ahead.
is 6 plus 2.
Yeah.
Wait, so
6.
what do I? So
Yeah, you're good. 2d6. You're good.
Okay. Plus
Sorry.
2.
Again, do ADD for his own
that's
good.
not great. I got 6.
Okay.
That was
This guy had like 2 hit points left, and
Oh,
you
okay.
basically give him a mercy and slip that in right at the base of the head, and you just slip and pull, and you just sever his spine
Wear it as a
right below
hat.
his head. What's that?
Wear it as a hat.
Actually,
The head of this dinosaur is bigger than him.
Wear it as a
Oh,
house.
I'm getting my trophy. This is where I got my trophy. The trophy
Okay.
that I start out with my class. This is where I got it.
What is your trophy?
I don't know. I'm gonna take it. Well, originally I thought it would be a skull, but again, it's probably a bit too big.
Do you want to
So
have a
I'll-
chest piece, a full-on chest piece made of T-Rex?
It should be
teeth?
a
Probably just
dagger
take, like-
made out of.
I'll
a
probably
T-Rex
just take
tooth.
like a string of teeth or something.
You can have a full chest piece, my man. You've got enough to make a full armor piece that is nothing but the ridges
Oh, but
and
bone
spikes
armor's
of teeth.
Got to be heavy.
Yeah.
It's
Nah,
teeth.
I don't
It's
think
light.
he doesn't run that heavy. He'll just like
Okay,
oh, you know
Just
what?
a
I
neck
know what
clip.
he'll do. I'll make like a pauldron out of the teeth.
nice.
They're that big.
T-Rex teeth pauldron. That is
Yeah.
amazing. I love this thing.
I love this game so much. This is so awesome.
All right, so you sever this guy. That was Dave Shosh. Up next should be Kushosh.
Now I believe it is either the 2 T-Rexes or the 4
Yeah.
riders.
Yep. It's the 2 oh, the riders, that's right. Oh, the riders, no, they're after Kushosh. So next come the 2 T-Rexes. Okay, good. You see that one of them is completely swarmed by these lizard folk, and he desperately tries to chomp at them to try to keep them from swinging this thing around his neck. And he just he snaps at them, and you see, like, in horror, you watch their jaws slam down inches away from the bodies of these lizard folk, and you realize, should they get bit, that's it, right? This thing is going to be able to kill them, but they don't. They're very quick, and so he furiously starts trying to spin around, trying to buck them off. And you see, in fact, 2 riders go flying off, and the 2 that were still on him, you see that they are still holding on to the 2 that were up highest. You see that they're still holding on to these ropes, and you see them fling these ropes to these 2 other guys, and you watch all 4 of them begin running and pulling on these ropes, and you see that the 4 of them combined are just kind of barely holding on to this T-Rex, holding him in place. The other one that was in close to the major Diplodocus. Yes. You see this kind of grotesque sight. You see her foot come up, and it comes over, and it lands on top of one of his legs, on top of the femur, and you see her begin to come down, and you see him collapse to the ground, and you see her pulverize, like to splinter, smash the femur of this thing, and it kind of begins to crush the lower part of his bore cavity as well, and you see him just like shudder and cry out, like he's not like biting at her foot, he's like beginning to be crushed.
Yes, good girl.
Okay, so next is Kushosh, right?
Yeah.
Matt, that's correct? Okay.
Yeah. So Kushosh has these 2 weapons, and he's I'm in a good place to like get at the eyes. So I wanna take my attack to strike with one of them,
Sure.
and then my bonus action to strike with the other one.
Yes.
And whether
good.
you're gonna give my like proficiency bonus to both of those or not depends on what
Yes.
class you decide I am.
Yes, this is what you do. You ride and you stab things.
Here's the first one. That's going to be an 11 on the D20.
Okay, so that's You rolled an 11 on the
I
d20.
rolled
That's
an
a hit.
11.
Yep, that's a hit.
All right, and so I'm gonna. That's like right in the eye is what I'm aiming for. I don't know if I
Absolutely.
hit the eye, but
Yeah.
I get a D8 of damage to roll.
Okay.
Yeah, is that
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah, and then you add
That's
plus
4.
So 7. Okay. And then
here's
roll
my,
that
here's
second
my
attack.
bonus action, second attack. Oh,
Okay.
What happens to that eye? Does it react to the knife going into the eye? Do I actually hit it in the eye?
You hit it in the eye and you stab it in the eye. It is now blind out of that eye.
Okay. Having gotten one dagger into that eye, I'm leaving the dagger in the eye. I'm not drawing it out.
Okay, sure.
It's
All right.
It's in there. I get it in there as good as I can, and I just let go. And,
Okay.
grab onto whatever feathers or ridge or whatever I can with that hand that's now free. And the other
Okay.
hand is going right into the other eye if I can.
Okay.
Here's a roll for it.
Gotta run all the way around the head.
Oh, no. That's 5. It's not going to hit.
No, that will not hit. You feel it hit, but it stabs right through a very thin superficial bit of tissue and then bing, hits bone and doesn't go through the bone.
And
So
I'm guessing
all
I'm
you've
going to
done
have
is
to make some kind of acrobatics check to stay on top of this thing's head.
yes, that is the way it's
Stabbing it
been
in the
going.
eye.
Make me an acrobatics check to stay on this thing. Roll me a d20.
That's
You're
gonna
going to
be
add... Go ahead.
15.
That's enough. You absolutely hold on. You actually managed to move yourself up a little bit higher. So you're actually going to have advantage on this next check because you super succeeded at not letting him throw you off. And you managed to work it to your advantage just a little bit. So if you guys ever fail one of these throws, it's going to be ugly when you go flying from a dinosaur. I want to point out that you guys have done well holding on.
It's a D6 of damage per 10 feet.
Yeah, so...
You gotta be 20 feet in the air here.
So, with advantage, roll me one more attack to try to stab this thing's other eye out.
Here we go. Attack number 2. That's gonna be a 13.
That will hit. Absolutely, that will hit. Roll me that D8 and add 3.
That's gonna be 2 plus 3 is 5.
Nice.
That
is enough.
Do I get it in the other eye?
You get it stabbed into the eye socket. You don't puncture the thing right in the eye, but it does stab into the eye socket. And so now it can't really see out of that eye because its eye is distended and pushed.
I just want it like as irritated in the eye as I can get it. And I leave that dagger in as well.
Yes. You let go. So you are now going to be at disadvantage to your next check to try to hold on to this guy, or you're going to need to jump off under your own power.
Do I have to make that decision now?
Nope.
Okay.
Next comes the blind, hobbled, dead T-Rex. You see Dwight Zingo. You see this thing give one last shuddering, mournful, and it is given up the ghost. And when the other two hear that sound, you see them kind of like whip their head up.
Nice. I hop on my Ankylosaurus.
All right, make me a animal handling check to try to mount this thing in the midst of a seething, running, charging crowd of other dinosaurs.
I'm going to call this a hopping check, but you can call it whatever you want.
Roll me a d20.
13!
That's enough. That is absolutely enough. You come sprinting up alongside, and you use those powerful lizard folk legs and give yourself one good spring up.
Nice.
Dave, we're going to have to come up with some sort of house rule about how lizard folk have an extra 5 to 10 feet of jumping ability. And what do you do with this newly remounted Ankylosaurus?
I book it for the other two Tyrannosauruses.
All right, so you're charging for the front. Make me a animal handling check to try to dodge and bob and weave around the crowd, or you can try to make me a survival check to plot a really clever course through them.
I'm not that clever.
Okay.
16.
Absolutely. So you just full speed ahead. You're on the juvenile Ankylosaurus. Again, it's much more nimble. It's capable of dodging around. And you do need to be careful because your sides are tipped with very, very sharp spikes. So whoever you buzz past is going to possibly get a tendon ripped open. So it's very important that you do this right, and you do. And you come charging straight at a T-Rex that is being pulled on both sides by a rope that's on his neck. What do? Do you try to just charge into the T-Rex? Do you try to buzz him and cut him to try to make him kind of freeze and cower? Do you want to try to whack him in the leg to try to hobble him?
I like that buzz cut idea. Let's
Okay. So you're going to make a riding check to try to get just the right closeness such that you lean into him and cut him. You don't miss him, and you don't stab into him and slam into him and send everybody flying, including the people who are holding the ropes. So roll me that check with advantage.
Oh, with advantage. Good, because I got a 5. Here's the advantage die. 7.
Yeah, you see, you at the last minute, like you really don't want to miss this, and so you lean a little too hard, and you lean and slip in your saddle, and that makes you pull on the neck of your mount more than you meant to, and he's really kind of feeling the feather touch of your hand, and he leans too far in, and so you see him, bam, slam into this T-Rex. Doing a nasty. Dwight, roll me 3d10.
3d10.
As
What
he
do
is
those
getting
look like?
fully just body
see
checked
him.
at full speed by a almost adult Ankylosaurus with not razor sharp, but very sharp spines coming out the sides.
I got 6, 7, and 3.
Nice. Okay, you open up a big gash along just below his rib cage and on his leg, and you see 2 of the lizard folk get yanked up off the ground.
No.
And one of them manages to let go of the rope, and you see one of them go. And it would be comedic if it were not absolutely tragic, because you see his body hit the ground with a sickening thud. And it doesn't just hit the ground, it tumbles, and you see a ragdoll figure limp on the ground at the end of this flinging arc.
He's probably fine.
We'll see. So, that is T-Rex 2 and Zingo. So next is Dave to Shash.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm probably gonna follow Zingo. Jump on my mount and go to where the action is.
All right, you make me an animal handling check to try to dodge and weave through the herd to get up front. Because at this point, the herd is beginning to dissolve a little bit because Docus, the matriarch, is in combat mode and is not being the anchor to the kind of traffic that she usually is. So the herd's beginning to dissolve a bit.
All right, animal handling.
I would think that the two
Yikes.
other riders who have Dave's job, since we haven't been seeing them fight, they would be doing a little bit to try and keep the herd together at least.
It is. They are, but they're not doing as good a job as you guys.
Right. Of course not.
They're the junior. Well, they're the little brothers. Right? They're the younger broodlings. Right?
Well, they have to grow up sometime.
They do. This is the deep end, boys.
I got a 6.
Okay.
Or as I like to call it, Thursday.
Sorry, Twitch.
Me with advantage to just hop off, or make me an animal handling check to recover from bowling over that same juvenile triceratops that you leapt over last time. This time, the knee of the Pachycephalosaurus clips it in the back. So either make an animal handling check to recover, or make me a with advantage dexterity saving throw to just hop off.
Oof. I feel like it would be.
Go for the glory, go for the gold, go for it.
Okay.
Connect four. Wait.
I'm gonna try to recover.
Tonight's episode brought to you by Connect 4.
So I'm gonna try to recover.
Okay.
Wow, that's a 7.
Oh
I
no!
need to learn how to roll better, I think.
You see this baby Triceratops go slamming down to the ground and tumble, and you see some blood where it has kind of scraped and ripped open its back as it was tumbled,
No.
and you see the mama Triceratops come wheeling around at you, and she pissed, and she is charging after you for hurting her baby.
What?
Now, the good news is you have a giant angry Triceratops behind you.
Wait, the good news? That's the good news?
You do. That's the news. The news is you have a 2-story tall angry thing with a giant dumpster piece of steel for a face with 3 major spikes sticking out of it, and it's chasing after you. So that's Dave to Shosh. That puts us back up to the swarmed T-Rex that has had its a gash pulled on its side. You see it now is somewhat more free because 2 of the lizard folk have let go completely because the ankylosaur slammed into it so hard. And so it tries to pull free. And it does. It manages to yank one of the guys off his feet, and he is now being dragged. And there's only one lizard folk with his feet planted, but you see him begin. His heels are digging into the ground like a plow. So he is trying to run. Kashash, what do you do? Because I think, Kashash, you are on the blinded T-Rex.
I am. So what I need to ask a couple things about what I have seen up to this point.
Okay.
How close am I to my original mount, the Diplo?
You are at her feet. You are at her right. You are at her left hip.
I'm on top of a Tyrannosaurus Rex, but I'm.
If you make me a really good acrobatics check, you could scamper up, jump off the top of the T-Rex's head, and grab a hold of a piece of webbing that's hanging off the side of the harness that's on her back.
Awesome. I love that that's an option. What do I know about this other T-Rex? Have I seen that it got free?
You see, yes, you look over your shoulder and see that it is trying to run off back up the valley and up the side of the valley, going uphill and to the left to get back up to the trees the way it came.
Have I seen can I see across through the herd to where the third T-Rex that was behind us? Have
No.
I seen the end result of that?
No.
What am I hearing? Is it pure chaos?
You don't hear. Make me a perception check to see if you can, just based on directional volume and
Like, I want to
context
try and
clues.
figure out the state of the battle. I want to try
Yeah.
because I know about 2 of these T-Rexes, and I can see that I've got one of them not completely harmless, but like sort of taken care of. But the other one is sort of getting away, and something else is going on. So I want to know, like, what do I know about what else is going on? Have I figured out that there's a third T-Rex?
Right.
And all that sort of thing.
Sure. All
That's
right.
my state of situational awareness.
Sure. This would be a great time to roll a 1.
That's going to be an 8.
An 8. Yeah, so the situation is you got one running off
It's a poor
in
man's
front,
plan.
and you got one that's down in front of you,
Or
and
that I'm on
things seem...
top of.
Yeah, and the world is not erupting as badly as it once was.
But I still don't know about this third T-Rex that was behind us.
You are still completely clueless.
Okay. So yeah,
I don't know that it exists. No.
He doesn't even know that it exists.
I am going to try and take my I guess it's going to be my bonus action plus some of my move action to leap onto my original mount, the Diplo.
Okay.
Please tell me my lizard person has high dexterity stats because of riding dinosaurs all the time.
He does. This is what he does. He rides dinosaurs and he stabs things.
Well, it's a 9.
That's actually good enough to just jump up and grab a hold of the edge of the webbing, but now you need to make me a climb check, which would be athletics.
Here's an athletics check. Here it comes. Eesh. That's going to be a 4.
Oof, yeah. You don't
bad.
fall off, you don't let go, but you're just kind of holding on, and because she's kind of flinging you,
Right,
and you're flying up in the air, and you come slapping back down. You can't really climb. You're just holding on.
She's probably
Right.
busy doing what she's supposed to be doing, which is getting in between these T-Rexes and the other dinosaurs.
Yeah,
So
at
the
this
one that's
point,
free, she's probably positioning herself like to get in its way if it comes at us.
yeah. So you see she is good and worked up and angry, and you see her begin to charge off after the T-Rex.
Oh, with me hanging there from like by the
On
shoulder?
the side. Yes,
Okay.
you're hanging on
All right.
to her flank, and she is charging forward and beginning to leave the pack behind.
Mm.
So she is just chasing this thing down. So now you see
I
in
yell.
front of you.
I try and
you
yell
see,
to her. Like,
okay.
calm down, or whatever command. Whatever
Sure.
command means defend,
Yeah.
defend.
You know that roll me. Go for it. Roll me an animal handling check.
Animal handling
With
check
disadvantage.
to,
with disadvantage.
to try and verbally command an enraged Diplodocus fire. That's fair.
From her flank. From her back flank.
From her back flank.
You don't
Got
even
it.
want to know what the DC is. Go for it.
That's going to be an 11.
Yeah, no. She just keeps charging forward.
It makes a
But
lot of
you
sense
do.
to me.
But make me one more climb check to try to get up on her, to try to climb up her webbing, to try to actually get to the ladder, to run along
to
the
get back to my head
gangplank.
position.
Yeah, and then scramble up the ladder to get to her head.
I'm afraid it's another 11.
Okay, so you managed to make it up to the ladder, and you are at the bottom of the ladder holding on. Zingo! You
Yes.
are on an ankylosaur, and you have slammed into and basically
Messed it all up.
severely wounded, but not maimed, not incapacitated, a T-Rex that is beginning to charge off and away. Do you allow your quarry to get away from you, or do you try to chase this thing with an ankylosaur?
Oh, I chase it.
Okay. Make me the best animal handling check you can, because it's going to have to be a good one to make this guy keep up with a bipedal chasing hunting predator.
Here we go. 14!
You rolled a 14.
Yep.
You know what? That is enough. You managed to stay on this thing's heels, and you are right behind it. And as you go shooting off, immediately behind you, you feel, you don't hear, you feel the dum 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 of the matriarch of the herd charging after you. And you know that you have got dozens of tons of dinosaur flesh pounding the ground coming after you.
Wait,
Hot on
what
you.
is
Yeah, but it's
she
not
charging
hungry.
after?
So there's a line. Out at the front of the pack is a T-Rex that's running away. Immediately behind it is an ankylosaur, and immediately behind it is a Diplodocus.
Ah, gotcha.
So you guys, so this T-Rex is being chased, and with that, two of the Pachycephalosaurus riders come charging forwards and begin flanking the T-Rex and are beginning to whack, slam their heads into him, basically trying to slowly pulverize his hip bones. And
Good.
he is not enjoying that.
I'll bet.
Okay, Zingo, do you want to try to make one more check to try to get this Ankylosaurus up beside the leg so that you can try to buzz him again and try to cut him with your side?
Yeah.
Okay, make me an animal handling check then.
8.
That's actually dead even enough. You manage to come up alongside and you buzz his leg, and you see a spray of blood, flecks of blood come flying out as his legs are pumping and whipping forward as he's basically almost lacerating himself with his running motion along the edge of your spines.
Nice.
Dave, what are you doing, my man?
Well, trying not to be super klutzy.
Those days are behind you. Now you've got
so.
nothing but a big open stretch of ground where you see taking off immediately to your right. You see out in front of you about 100 feet, you see the T-Rex. Immediately behind him, you see the Ankylosaurus. And right beside you, well, less than 100 feet, and right beside you to the right, the Matriarch is taking off. Do you want to charge out?
Well, I've got that
pass even
Triceratops. I need to get that Triceratops to calm down.
Okay, so you're going to try to
I'm
peel
probably
her.
gonna do that.
Okay, so you're going to deal with the Triceratops.
I mean, it seems like they've probably got that situation in hand. So and I've got an angry mom.
Okay.
And a wounded kid.
Okay.
I'm probably gonna just deal with that.
So you know that if you can get your Pachycephalosaurus to get away from her far enough and then cut into the brush and disappear, she'll drop it and she'll circle back and she'll instinctively protect the baby. So if you can make a good enough animal handling check and get some distance away from her before you try to hide, that would be good. So make me an animal handling check to try to get away.
Okay. Here we go.
Sorry, I didn't realize this was going to be dinosaur night. I thought that this was...
I got an 8.
An 8. You don't lose any ground to her. Well, let me check real quick. Yeah, you don't lose any ground to her, but you don't manage to pull away either. And so she is now out in the open, and you're out in the open as well.
Wow.
And just then, make me a perception check.
Okay. Wow, that is another 8.
Yeah, so you turn and put eyes ahead, and you're paying attention to what's going on with the kind of lay of the land. You're trying to make sure that the Pachycephalosaurus is going to pick the right path. And just then you see coming bursting out of the trees a T-Rex that's even bigger than any of those three. And you see it bite down at the Triceratops. And you see it snatch the Triceratops up off of its front legs as it gets its teeth up underneath and behind her shield. And you see it begin to try to lift her up off the ground. And she is real big, and this is real heavy, but this is also a real big dinosaur. And she doesn't manage to lift her up off the ground. You see all she can do is just kind of drag her a little bit. And then she goes back down, and you see the one out front begin to peel off to the right and try to circle back around and loop back around you guys. All right. Let's see here. Okay, so this other one peels around and looks and sees that she has bitten the Triceratops, and he comes running at the Triceratops and tries to attack it. But as he does that, Dwight, you are going to get an attack of opportunity basically on this thing as it tries to spin around and come back through your space that you're defensively holding. So roll me a d20 to basically put your Ankylosaurus in position to instinctively attack this thing and just whack him in the shins with its stony tail.
Ankylosaur bone.
Whack him in the ankle bone.
4.
4. You neither hinder nor help. I think you probably hinder just a little bit. You kind of tell the Ankylosaurus to go a little bit too conservative, and he almost misses. But he doesn't. He's really good at what he does. I had a roll with disadvantage, and he still managed to whack this thing in the shin. And so you hear this thing put its full speed behind the attack. So it's basically like a professional baseball batter hitting a baseball, right? They're moving that bat, and that ball is moving at them. And the combined hit is kind of sickening.
Sounds like a lot of
Yeah.
dice.
Yeah, you see this thing howl in pain and trip and fall forwards, and you see it face plant into the dirt, and it takes a mouthful of rock and gravel. So that is to Dave to Shush.
I got a dude near me, don't I?
You do.
I think I'm gonna do the thing again. I can, since my old mark is dead, I'm gonna switch my mark. And then I'll hit this one with the javelin.
Okay, go for it.
I imagine like I've got just a stash of javelins.
Yeah, you've got a basically colossal quiver of 3 or 4 javelins.
Okay.
Javelin quiver.
All right. So
Now you know what you could do. We could have them do the Aboriginal thing and do the Atlatl, where you've got basically a 2-foot long stick with a hook
like
at the
a
back.
sling for a javelin.
Yeah, and you like a highlight.
Let's just do the normal javelins.
Okay,
I think
normal
they're actually
javelins.
for the Atlatls.
All right.
I don't know what they are.
Yeah, that's another thing. That's what guys who are not.
Because they're significantly more powerful than just a normal javelin throw.
Yeah, somebody like you who's a skirmisher who's jumping and flitting around, you wouldn't have that. All right.
Yeah. So, all right, throwing a javelin. It's a plus 2. Okay, I got a 17. Pretty good.
Okay. With that 17, as that javelin stabs into her neck, she whips her head up and looks at you. And this is no dumb, stupid pea-brain dinosaur. This is a actually moderately intelligent family dinosaur. And she looks around and sees all 3 of her children are fallen, and she howls with rage and turns and sprints off.
Okay.
Because you have managed to so utterly and completely wipe her progeny out before she even bursts onto the scene that she basically looks at this situation and goes, nope, this is total loss. There is no win scenario here. I'm run. Because she sees the Diplodocus bearing down on her, and she sees, you know what, actually, Matt, I'm going to say that if you can get up to the head of this thing, then you can basically help your Diplodocus make an intimidate check to run this T-Rex off. Otherwise, combat is going to happen, and you're going to have to fight this thing.
Here's acrobatics.
This is first an acrobatics check to try to get to the top of the sling. You get to do this with advantage because this is home turf. You've got stable terrain that you know well.
14.
14 is enough. You manage to sprint up to the top. You whip out your, you've got these drums, and these drums make a very, very low frequency, and you can basically communicate to the dinosaur using these. Make me a animal handling check to try to basically tell her, put the show on.
This is just a regular animal handling check?
Regular animal handling check. You're trying to do a pro move, so you don't get advantage on this. This isn't just to make her go left or right.
That's a 10.
A 10. You rolled a 10. You are a very wise, very proficiently skilled lizard at this, and you see her fully rear up and like kind of flail her legs at this thing and come down and whip her head, and the T-Rex goes, "That is not a threat range that I am willing to cope with right now. I'm
T-Rex,
out. I'm out."
Sees some extra fangs going.
There's a teeny tiny, very angry set of fangs. All right, so so we're gonna fall out of battle order, and I'm gonna pass the conch back to you guys. What do you guys do?
After I definitely make a big circle around the area.
Okay.
On my Diplo, just to like see
make
everything
sure
and make
you
sure
see,
there aren't any more of this brood around.
Make a perception check with advantage as you look up to the one guy who's been on the mast this whole time and somehow has managed to hold on even after she did the fall back and then fall forward and getting
Yeah,
whipped.
That guy, by the way, is getting demoted for not leaping onto a T-Rex, and then also watching me hang for dear life from the side and not helping me get up.
You look up and you see
He's
him doing the like,
toilets
"Hey man,
in
I was
Siberia from
sorry."
now on."
Anyway,
Whatever
so
that guy's name is, that guy is the chab.
Yes, he's the dweebus.
But I rolled a 20 on that
is
check.
the god you're talking about.
So you see him. He's up there.
God of not getting stuff done.
He lowers the spyglass that you see he's holding, and he gives you a all around, all clear, right? So whatever the signal is, or like
Good. So seeing that we're all clear, I go over. So the T-Rex that I stabbed in the eyes. What's going on with that one?
He is trying to get up, and you see a couple of lizard folk. The two guys, the one guy that simply was being dragged, he has run over to this thing and is stabbing at it with a spear, like a 1 foot long, like a boar spear. And you see Dwight. You're going to get a chance to basically try to run over and whack this thing on the head with the tail of the ankylosaurus. The ankylosaurus. Roll me an attack for the ankylosaurus.
What kind of roll?
Just roll a d20. We're going to be adding 8 to this.
11.
Yeah, that's a hit. Roll me 2d10.
2d10. 6 and 5.
Yep, you hear a crack, and you see this thing's skull slightly deform as this ankylosaur smashes its tail into the top side of its head, and it is still. Okay, Tashash, would you like to make me an animal handling check to try to see if you can keep this herd from dissolving?
Yep.
Plus, maybe we can integrate some of that other herd.
Wow, that's a 5.
Tashash, you need
This
your
is
lizard dice.
So you accidentally.
My dice are cursed.
Yeah, you
You hear that, Matt? My dice are cursed.
You're trying to.
I need new dice.
You're trying to help
We got
a
a whole bag of
herd,
them.
but right now the T-Rex that got bit and lifted up off its front legs and kind of dragged forward a little bit, that it is hurt. Its baby is hurt. It is in full-on panic.
You mean the
Triceratops. The Triceratops is actually now a danger to the Diplodocus and all the other dinosaurs around it because it is now beginning to whip its horns around. And with that, you see, what are you guys going to do about it?
I would have known that this was going on because of my
Position.
circling around at a canter and like checking.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I'm not gonna take my big giant dinosaur over there, because she's all riled up right now, and I don't want to make that situation any worse. So I sort of stay back, and I
make me an animal handling check at the outset to get a good read on herd psychology, dynamics, kind of stuff. Go for it.
Sure. 17.
Okay, 17. You know that right now she is so angry that there's no way that you're going to be able to just make her calm down.
Are you talking about the Triceratops?
The Triceratops.
Okay.
But what you do know is that if you can make her feel safe, and you've got a big dinosaur that can do that, then you might stand a shot at getting her to calm down. So go for it.
I feel like I'm feeling like my mount is pretty riled up and aggressive right now.
Okay.
Is in like a mood. And
okay.
It might not be a good idea to take her close to that situation. And that probably the calming and soothing voices of some of her lizard folk trainers is going to be the thing to do it.
Okay, that's
fair. And maybe some alfalfa.
Okay, sure.
I don't know.
Lizard alpha.
She's hangry.
Okay.
She's not hangry, but
well,
also
she's not hungry. She's not thinking with her stomach.
Right,
she's
right.
in full
but
aggression
also, like
mode.
seeing, I wanna signal everybody if I can and yell to people and try and get my people, the most competent trainers, to go over there and use their best techniques that they know to calm her down.
So you see, make me that. You're going to need to communicate that. Yeah, but you're trying to communicate that, so you're going to do that with either diplomacy, or I'll say that because of the situation that we're in, you could call that an animal handling check as well. So, trying to think which one you're going to be better at. Probably we're going to call this part of just herd communication diplomacy. Yeah, go for it. Roll me the d20. Yeah, I know how good you are at that.
I mean, it's persuasion, probably, technically, but okay.
You're not persuading them. You're just trying to convey the idea.
Right, I'm
They'll
giving
do
them
it.
An order.
Yeah.
16.
Okay. You see the trainers and a bunch of the other smaller dinosaurs all begin to run a small kind of circle the wagon circle around her. And at first, she's kind of standing in the middle of it, spinning around. But then they all stop, and they all kind of just form kind of a shield around behind her, around the baby. And you see her kind of back into it. And you see her, they've given her basically a perceived safe backside. So now at least she's only focused one way. And then after a couple of minutes, you see her begin to slowly calm down and begin to de-escalate when she sees that everything is either dead or gone. So, all right. So you guys are now in possession or in control of the situation. Dwight, you said something about wanting to go after that herd. Do you want to try to go wrangle the dinosaurs that ran off into the forest going at perpendicular to you guys?
Yeah.
Okay.
What kind of, do I have any say in this?
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that's the kind of moment where that's what happens next, that's the cut scene, is we fade to a scene of the three of you guys all charging off on your dinosaurs, trying to shag down. Oh, not you. Tashash, do you go with Zingo?
I would probably go, I mean, I'm gonna get my trophy, but I'm probably gonna, like, he's gonna, like, go salvage the kill. Like,
Oh, you
lunch.
guys are gonna eat T-Rex. Okay, that's
That's
fair.
lunch, and you know, I mean, we'll use the
You use
teeth,
every part of the
bones, and
So
the
as you're over
scales, and all
as
that
you're
stuff.
over the
I'm
body
gonna
collecting it,
get it ready for transport.
as you're over the body butchering it up and all this stuff, the two different pods of blueback raptors show up, and you see the leader of the larger of the two pods go, "Ah, good, you took your kill. We managed to hold off the bull and two more of his pups from the southwest. But we could not bring them down. They ran off. Fortunately, we did not lose any of our number." And one of them kind of waves at you and waves a stump at you. And he's like pointing at the stump and he's giving you the thumbs up. He's like really, really proud that he took a battle damage, that he lost a hand.
Yes, it is very fortunate. I'm gonna, and with that, I'm gonna, I don't know, pull out the liver and
Okay.
offer around.
Tashash,
Take a bite.
Sorry, Twitch. Hold on a minute. I lost the guys. They'll be back soon. Oh. Oh. I hear Josh.
already know what Zingo. Oh, there you are.
There we are. I'm back.
You're back. Okay.
Hi.
Here you are.
What's your
I
final
believe it.
cutscene?
For me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
For
so
Kashash.
I'm this is gonna be like as night is falling and we're making camp. And I'm going to what sort of, when there's an incident like this, I'm sure that there's we want there to be official recognition. Sorry?
An incident report to fill out.
Yeah, but there's that sort of thing, but I think like we want there to be like official recognition of bravery and official recognition of like condemnation. Like I'm going to give out awards and demerits at the end here. If I have any kind of authority to do that, do I?
You are you had the longest eyes of anyone in the group at the moment, but you are only a rider among equals. You guys are all equally hurting. Now you probably have a little bit of seniority.
I'm not hurting.
What
Tashash, Tashash, what were you going to say?
Yeah, I would imagine like, you know, so Matt's character is probably like has some sort of seniority. I'm thinking like as far as like awards go, you know, like the ones who you know, the ones who are,
well, let me what kind
like
of,
you get to like the ones who did well, like have the prerogative to take trophies.
okay,
So
yeah,
So that's one
If
thing.
you-
Matt's
so,
going
like,
to
if
talk
you
about
did-
the demerits thing. What's your thing, Matt?
so what I'm gonna do is we're around the campfire, and I call a rider meeting.
Okay.
We're all there,
Okay.
and I'm.
We have come through a dangerous time together. Many of you did well. Some not so well. You, Tashash or whatever.
That's racist, but fair.
I have seen you, in the heat of battle, turn from pursuing prey and instead choose to care for one of our injured charges. For this I commend you. You may have first choice of trophy.
Thank you.
What's Dwight's name?
Bagosh. No.
I think-
Django.
I'm not sure that you're able.
Zango.
Whatever.
Zango.
Okay.
I can't remember my name.
to Shosh responds, "Thank you. It, indeed, I've I finished I finished the beast off, but it was Zingo who brought him down, so I will take the trophy. But you, Zingo, I give you the heart." And I offer him the heart of the one that of
Nice.
the creature that he or the T-Rex that
That's a
we
touching moment. Oh, that's so
that we
sweet.
killed.
And I go.
The first Valentine.
I give
And
you
And I'll
the
take the
heart.
teeth. I'll take the teeth as my trophy.
the guy who was like on the back of my Diplo but didn't jump off and also didn't help me up when I was trying to climb up. I'm watching him like a hawk, and when he tries to get like a toenail or something for his trophy, I go up to him
Eat it.
and I just take it, and I just hiss at him, and like
Nice.
my thing goes out, like
Frill
And-
goes up.
the frill goes up, and I take it and I keep it for myself. And he,
You see his frill comes
do
up
I have
kind
to
of
make an
halfway.
intimidation check?
You do
against
need
this
to make
guy?
an intimidation check, and he's going to make
I'm
one
gonna-
opposed against you.
I'm gonna back him. To
Oh,
to
do I get advantage because Tashash is backing my intimidation play?
Are you backing the guy who's being hissed at, or are you backing Kashash?
I'm
Dave.
backing Kashash. So
Okay.
when the other guy
Yes.
when his frill goes up, I step up behind Kashash, and my frill goes up.
Nice.
Big.
All right, so that's only a 12 for me.
That's okay. That's enough. You see, you you go to make the point, and you see him begin to kind of pull back as though to kind of collect his reserve and work up his moxie. And he just kind of, you see his shoulders drop, and he turns and he slinks away.
Frill goes
This
down.
time, when there are
His frill
T-Rexes,
curls back.
when there are T-Rexes, and I gesture for you to jump on them, you jump.
Oh man, I love it. So you're expecting him to leap from a 100-foot pole? Just oh man, just death dive. Oh, that's so
We do
great.
it.
You see him as he runs away. You see he's got these giant flaps of skin running from his wrists to his side, and you see he's got these extra spines. And you see that he's a flying lizard folk, and that he was too chicken to use his ability. All right.
Two chicken. Get it?
Not chicken enough.
Wait, what?
All right. And Dwight, did we say what
Chickens
Zingo
are
is doing
reptiles.
for his final call, last call?
He's going to make a bigger herd.
Oh, that's right. You did. So you charged off and you signaled to the two other Pachycephalosaurus guys that were whacking their heads into the hips of that T-Rex as it was trying to run away. You grab them and one of the packs of raptors, and you guys go, and sure enough, make me 2 animal handling checks.
2 animal handling checks. We got 16 and 18.
Oh, you see him come back with, like, as far as you can tell, the entire herd, like all those dinosaurs. And you, after kind of bringing them in and kind of getting them closer to the herd, after a little bit, you see them instinctively glob in, and you realize, yep, sure enough, based on how many hours it took for them to kind of smell up to and join, you guys, everybody, make me a nature check.
Nature.
16.
Man.
19.
8.
Okay. With a 19, you recognize that. Let's see here. I'll have to make this up in fiction off the top of my head. But you recognize that the iguanodons seem to kind of instinctively glob up with your Diplodocus. Like they instinctively come up and form an attachment, and you realize that probably what has happened is that the biggest members of this herd that they came from were wiped out or killed or lost or destroyed. They were separated from them because these creatures instinctively are looking for that larger mixed species kind of super herd kind of thing. And that's not a very natural thing for dinosaurs to want to do. It only works because lizard folk craft and sculpt the psychological profile of the dinosaurs as they go through developmental stages, right? So
Watching
you guys
this very carefully.
Yes, you are monitoring them. There are certain lizard folk that have out little like leather script things, and you see them like making notes about the dinosaurs and stuff. You guys actually, at least one person is doing that. Like there's at least one equivalent of a veterinarian whose job is to know the dinosaurs inside and out. So yeah, so congratulations, guys! You solved my T-Rex pincher move puzzle. Well, it wasn't a pincher; it was a blind side.
Say that 12 times fast.
Now it is 10:17, so I'm sure Dwight wants to go warm up some milk and wrap himself in some soft cotton and lay down in a hammock and go to sleep.
And wait.
But
I don't sleep, I wait.
no, you what?
I just wait.
I don't sleep. I wait. do. You go into standby mode.
I believe it.
Say, hey Dwight, does Poppy like eat the flies off of you, or does her tail swat the flies, dust the flies off of you as she runs by? Or
I don't know what you're talking about.
oh, never mind.
Poppy? You don't know Poppy?
Your dog, Dwight. Poppy is your dog, Dwight.
Oh.
We've been trying to reach you for days. You're in a coma. Please, Dwight, wake up. Come back, Dwight.
I don't sleep, I wait.
Anyway, so it is 10:18. Do you guys want to try to do a quick scene from the past of either Mela or Thack?
Do Thack. Because I might tag out and
Oh,
go
okay.
wait.
Okay. Go wait somewhere. That's fair.
I think we can say that one scene is sufficient for an episode 4.
Okay. I think you're
we
right.
had a nice-
I think that's fair.
A big battle flashback and found out something about Tashash's
Lizard folk.
history and how the lizard folk move around and what he's been up to in his past.
My favorite thing that came out of tonight was that we found out that basically dinosaurs are ships on the ocean, and that lizard folk basically use the equivalent of rigging to like assault ships, and they've got like double-handed weapons that like gouge in, and they've got specialized spears, and they have tactics about going for the eyes and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Because that's how it happened to me.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
man.
think we're good.
Okay.
Call it.
In that case, who's got their finger on the stream button?
I mean, I do.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, it has been a pleasure playing some D&D with you. I hope that if you've managed to keep watching until now, you've held on to your sanity, that you haven't become overly weary of our stepping on each other's toes and making up rules as we go. But I think we had a lot of fun. I'm Josh. Anybody else want to say their name?
I
I'm
already
Dwight.
introduced myself, but I'm Matt.
And we are the Starfall Collective. And as you can see, folks, while it might sting in the moment, failure is beautiful too.